working in a company as an engineer. On the weekends, I was still gigging and recording. So I had two things going at the same time. But after working 2 years in two companies later, I decided that's not for me. I really love the music too much, and I was 100% sure by then that I decided before I get married and have kids and things become tougher, I better decide now what I want to do with my life. So that's when I decided to give the music full chance and just focus on the music. And then when I decided to do that, I decided to learn all about the music at home. So I thought of the best school in the world I could think of was Berkeley College of Music, which is one of the best schools for contemporary music in the still. So I went. I was not sure if I'll be accepted, but I moved to Boston, different state. Before I was accepted, I had a very small apartment. So before that, rewind a little bit, and when I got my job, I had good salary, so I bought a brand new car. I had a brand new Jeep Wrangler, convertible, and I had a nice apartment, and I bought furniture. So I started living, life as a professional worker. So I had to give all that. A lot of people, some people, my friends thought I was crazy. To give all that good money, good salary, and become a student again. Moved to a very small apartment, like a closet, in Boston because I have given up my job. So I have focusing on education. So I applied at Berkeley, and surprisingly, I got some scholarship also. I taped myself with other guys, a friend of mine, and I donated the tape, and they gave me some scholarship and accepted me. So that I started going to the music school in Boston, in a different state, and I spent 5 years there. I majored into two fields, jazz composition and performance, and I stayed there 5 years. And when I graduated from there, I had my friends there, Sabaga was there also with me. So we decided we wanted either to go to San Francisco or to New York. And we decided we chose New York because it's closer to the Washington DC area. And we did a lot of work with Ethiopian singers also, besides other Americans. So it's closer, and that way New York was a better choice. So we moved to New York, Manhattan, and we were in Manhattan, and I was there for 10 years after that, playing, gigging, touring all over the world. And then after that, in 2006, I decided to come back to Ethiopia.
2006 in Gregorian calendar or Ethiopian calendar?
Gregorian calendar, 2006, I moved back to Ethiopia, 16 years ago. I moved back here. But before that, I came here with Aster, and I came here for the big Sheraton shows. You guys were probably very small or not. Sheraton used to have big shows every year, once a year, and they used to do a lot of famous bands, Temptations, Maxi Chris, Beyonce, Rihanna, all the famous people used to come and sing in Ethiopia. At the time, we became the opening band with the Ethiopian singers. That's their Mahmoud and whoever is available, or other young singers. So we started doing that, and I used to come back and forth from New York to do those shows. And during that time, I used to go to Yared Music School at the university, and also Seminary Jazz School, and give workshops to students. And they said, we need somebody like, if you move here, we'll be great. And at one point, I decided it's better for me to move back here and do something. I feel like it's fulfilling. It's my second life, teaching next to playing. Playing is my first love, and then I discovered that I really love also teaching music, which I do. And we moved here, opened a music school that called Jazz and Bar that ran for 10 years, and then was an NGO we were teaching for free. Now we ran out of funding, we closed that one. I also taught at Seminary Jazz School. And now I'm teaching currently at Yared at the university at Yared. I'm a lecturer there at Yared Music School. And I'm also gigging 4 nights a week at different places around town. And we opened a jazz club called Jazz and Bar, so that ran for 5-6 years. It was very successful, but the place was burned down. And an accident happened. And we also had a festival called international festival called Acacia Jazz Festival that happened once a year for 5 years. So we try to do a little bit around the music scene with my friends.
Throughout your music career, what would you say was the biggest challenge you've ever faced?
I was very lucky because the way it happened for me, a lot of musicians, my friends, many people, Americans and Europeans in New York, they struggle. Playing music is not easy, especially playing jazz. You don't make much money. In New York, you make $50 or $30, $40 a gig as a jazz musician. it's difficult, and New York is a very expensive city to live. So it's a lot of them have to do something else. And I also did for a year and a half before I moved here. Things really slowed down. I couldn't find gigs enough gigs, so I had to drive a limousine or a black tanker for 3 days a week, from Monday to Friday, 12 hours a day. I had to drive that to pay rent because the music and from Thursday to Sunday I play gigs, but the money is not enough. But for a long time before that, I was lucky because I was playing also the Ethiopian music scene. I was playing with all the famous Ethiopian singers. I was the first call bass player with other guys, so we always came to us, and only if we can't do the gig, they go to somebody else. So we built our name to that level. So because of that, I made a really good money and good living, touring all over the world, doing that with different singers. Besides the jazz scene that I do in the States. So because of that, I was lucky that I could do that for a very long time and make a living. So I really never had a really hard time or difficulty by choosing to play music. I was prepared for it. When I decided to go to music school when I was an engineer and I decided to become a musician, if I perceive a future 10 years down the line and I see myself out of job but playing on the streets for a quarter music, I will still do it. I love the darkness. I never looked back. I just jumped, mistook it, and went for it.
Which city would you say? Which city would you say is the most beautiful, or your personal favorite city that you've ever performed?
Oh, there's a lot, but one of the most beautiful cities for me in the States, where we performed also, is San Francisco. It's a beautiful city. New York I really love. New York is my favorite city. We performed there also. But we traveled all over the place also. Paris is also a very beautiful city. Just aesthetically, just the scenery. We played there also in Paris. And I love Italy also. Italy is also great. So those are some of my favorite cities.
You've said multiple times that you play the genre of music called jazz.
Yes.
And right now, I don't think that jazz is at its height. It has been. Let's just say that the new generation doesn't listen to enough jazz. Do you think that jazz is dying right now? Or is it being taken over by other genres?
No, it's that's a question that's being asked all over the world to many artists. But it's not dead. It's active and alive. It's not as popular with the younger generation as the other genres, but it's still strong. Even here in Addis, on Monday night we play a place called Sandika, we're playing jazz. On Wednesday night we play a place called Breeze Bistro, we're playing jazz. And a lot of other bands also in Addis play jazz. So it's not quite, you're right, it's not as popular as the other music.
It's not as appreciated as the rest.
Yeah, it's not as understood or appreciated, but it's still active and going strong. I don't think it's dying. It's better in fact. It's becoming better. More and more people here are aware of the music and are digging the music. And there's still more places to play in Addis. That's very good to play jazz, so which is good.
Is it still the best? Is it still the best? Because there are new genres which have been on the rise from the early 2000s, and jazz. There have been less number of people playing jazz and even listening to jazz. So, but you keep saying that it's not dying. It's still
not dying. Like if you look at the schools here, we use the jazz curriculum in Berkeley curriculum at Yale, and also at Jazz Amba in that seminary. All the students coming out of this, they play here jazz or some form of jazz, most of them. So a lot of the students coming out of the school every year are playing jazz. If you look at the States, Berkeley College of Music, Juilliard, New England Conservatory, and the MIT, Musician Institute of Technology, North Texas University. So all these universities are jazz schools in the States. And all thousands of schools, every year graduating, thousands of students graduating from those schools are jazz musicians. So they're playing on our album. So it's not as popular, but it's not them. It's just very healthy and good.
Are there any new jazz musicians? So, because all of them usually are from past many years ago, even half a century old songs are being listened. Are there new jazz music, new songs?
It's a good question. So jazz by nature, by its nature, it's improvisatory music. You improvise, you create. You can combine, fuse jazz with rock, with reggae, with African music, world music, anything.